Hey, it's UltraSonic, and welcome to Bowling in Minecraft. Now here is a contraption that I've made, and it is full-on bowling, just with made of pure redstone. And as you can see, you can take some magma cream or whatever item in the game that looks like a bowling ball, and if you come over here and throw it, run it in and throw it, the pins will actually come down. And we can do it again. Let's say, maybe let's go for this one. And there we go, we got that one. Now we can try it again. And this game is totally, not entirely based on chance. There is a bit of skill to this. If you are too slow, your chances of getting a strike or getting a lot of pins down will actually decrease and get pretty small. But if you go really fast, then you have pretty good chances to get a strike. Not the best, but it's still a lot better than it could be. Still pretty good. Let's see what we get. Oh, that was pretty good. And again, this one's different. Let's do over here. And let's see, we might get this one too. And oh! Yes, we got a strike. Awesome. And we can reset this again. And let's maybe go for one more round. Let's try a slime ball. What do we get? Oh, hey, that was pretty good. Okay, how about let's go for this one? And looks like that's it. Alright, so we got pretty good, almost a strike, but just another spare. And let's reset this. And as you see, the bowling balls come back out through this little bowling ball chute thing. And this will take a few seconds, but they will eventually come back. I'm not going to wait for that though, since you probably don't care about that. Anyway, here is all the redstone behind it. Now, it may seem like quite a lot, and it really is, but actually, it's pretty simple. It only has about 3 basic principles to it. So first of all, oh, there's that slime ball again. There, perfect. We have all the items returned to us. Not a single one gets lost. And so let's just actually show you how this thing works. So if it isn't obvious enough, underneath these slabs are some packed ice, which is the slipperiest block in the game. Now when you throw an item, it goes right over here, and above each one of these slabs are some hoppers. When you throw a bowling ball into this hopper, it goes down here into this comparator. And all of these comparators are all turned into a one-tick post with this sticky piston, and they all get sent right over here into this lure system. Now this is how the game determines how good you're gonna get pins, how many pins you can get knocked down, whether it's gonna be really good and really bad. Now, if I were to get a button right now, and I were to try to send a post to here to kind of signify the post coming in from an item coming into one of the pins, nothing happens. And the reason why is because it goes through these repeaters, but there's nothing here. It only happens when these sticky pistons have the block up. And so if we just put this block right here, we see is that we do get a post. And yeah, wow, that was pretty good. Almost all the pins went down. That was almost a pure strike. Dang. That was really good. And pretty obvious that we got a good strike because it's a netherite sword. Let's see, and now let's just reset this real quick. Now, so how do the pistons come up? Well, you see, when you step on these pressure plates right here, Go in spectator mode real quick. It goes right over here, and then it has this pulse extender. So this pulse gets on for a pretty long time, and it slowly comes over here, activating each piston. First this one, then this one, and then this one at a decently slow rate, but still pretty fast. So now this is how the game determines how well your score gets. If you throw the pin very fast, if the time between you stepping on the pressure plate and the ball going to the hopper is really, really short, then you'll likely be able to have this dispenser or dropper activated, which gives you a 2 in 3 chance of probably having a strike. Because as you can see, when I do put another white sword in, it doesn't always give you a strike. Oh wow, that time it did. Okay, but if I take it out and put it in again, it doesn't always give you a strike, but it gives you pretty good results. That is your best bet for getting a strike. So this is a pretty good chance of getting a strike. But if you were a little bit too slow and you had the second one activated instead, you only have a 1 in 3 chance of getting a strike, which is still pretty good, but not that great. And then if you're even slower than that, you only have these activated. You only have a 1 in 9 chance of probably getting a strike, which is pretty bad. And then if you're even slower than that, then you pretty much get nothing. So what happens when you go into one of these? Let's just say, let's throw another white sword into, well actually to make it simple, let's just first throw in a normal item, let's say just a block of quartz. If normal item goes in, like any of these 3 items, then the comparator only does one thing of redstone, which then only activates this repeater, which down here goes over here, and it goes into some more dropper randomizers, which pretty much all have a 1 in 2 chance of either having a pin knocked down or having a pin knocked down. As you can see, we didn't get a diamond sword in this one. Instead, we just got a white tulip, which only gave us 1 redstone post, which did not come over here and knock over this pin. But it did come over here and activate another thing, which gave a wooden sword, and let's see where this leads. This led us to here, which goes, and it turns off this redstone torch. And where does that go? It goes to this repeater and goes up here. And as you can see, this pin is knocked down. So I won't go over the entire system, but all I can say is that basically all it is a bunch of these dropper randomizers with a 1 in 2 chance, sometimes a bit of a different chance, that has a chance of having a pin knocked down and not, so that the game feels completely random. But again, we don't want it to be just based on randomness. You want to have some skill involved. And that's where this thing comes in once again. You see, if you only have 1 item in, or a smaller item, it only does 1 thing of redstone. But if, say, this sword were to come in instead, you'll not just have that one, but we'll have both of them activated. And this one activates additional ones. And in fact, this one activates the lines that go through all of the bowling pins. But still, doesn't always guarantee that you get a strike. But because it's activating the redstone lines that go into every single pin, then it's your best bet for getting a strike. And let's see what we got. See? Wow, that was pretty good. That was almost a strike. And if we do get a strike, which we have gotten 1 time, purely just by chance, it will activate these note blocks, which plays the little tune from Wii Sports to bring back some nostalgic memories. Now, another thing about this is when I was building this, I wanted to make sure that when you threw a ball in front of a specific pin, that specific pin that you throw the ball in front of will always get knocked down. Because say you like had an accident, you accidentally threw the ball like in the wrong place or something, or I don't know, maybe you threw it into these gutters, which actually do work, and you want to try again. So what if you were too slow for this thing and you missed all of your chances? So when you throw the ball, would you just get nothing? That would seem kind of unrealistic. So let's not pressing this plates at all and see what happens. If I come over here and just throw an item on top of this hopper, it activates the pin right in front of it. And it does that for all of these. See over here, over here, over here, and over here too. Just so that it always feels realistic, so that if you're ever in one of those times when, say, there's only this pin up and this pin up, those two. Say what if you were in a predicament something similar to this, and let's just say this. Oops, I meant to do this. Let's say this one was knocked down too. In real life, you wouldn't want to go for the middle. You would want to go for throwing it in this end or this end. And so if it was only based on chance and you were to throw it there and get nothing, that would just seem unrealistic and bad game design. And so I want to be sure that even if you don't get both pins, you will always get the pin that you throw the ball right in front of. This also greatly increases your chances of getting a strike, because if by chance every pin doesn't get knocked down, then at least the pin that you throw the ball right in front of will always get knocked down, which increases your chances of getting a strike even more by having one extra pin in the mix. And so how does that work? Well, you see, these comparators don't just go into this line and then go into this thing, but they also come down. And these lines come down all the way to down here, which directly connect to these redstone torches, which all connect to the pins above. And then one last thing is that there is a collection system for all the bowling balls, and all the hoppers just come down here into this hopper line, into this item elevator, and then they go over here, and this is the ones from the gutter too. They go over here into this little tiny hopper elevator, or it's not a hopper, it's just a dropper elevator now, and get thrown over here. And also how this reset button works is just goes down here, and it goes over here, and it takes out, powers this, and takes out all the items out of the hoppers so that they get empty and that these get depowered. And then it also comes over here and it puts these items back into these droppers, which automatically resets everything. And that is how the entire machine works. As you can see, I don't really care about compact redstone builds. I just care if they're functional. And this one is functional, and I could try to make it more compact, but I feel like it's already so crammed with everything, and that if I'll just make it compact, I'll just might break some things, so I'm just not going to worry about it right now. It kind of is sad that it isn't small enough so that you can't have another bowling ball station, another bowling pin station directly right next to it, because that would be awesome. But I think making it that compact, that have to be like 5 blocks long, which is nearly impossible. It just sounds so difficult that it's probably not even worth it. But anyway, it's enough talking, and let's start building this. To build this thing easiest, it would be easiest to build the bowling alley area first, and then build the redstone around it. If you want, I build an entire bowling area around here, and it could be good for inspiration to build something similar to this. Here are all the items you need for this. You need tons of redstone dust. It's just so much, just get stacks and stacks of it. It's pretty easy to get anyway. You need 73 redstone torches, about. The number might be a little bit wrong, but it's probably about 73. Maybe do a little bit more just in case. About 109 repeaters. Comparators 21, 11 target blocks, 124 hoppers, 21 droppers, 18 sticky pistons, 34 packed ice, and 20 non-stackable items. This can be anything from swords, armor, bows, and things like that. Things similar to this. It can also be enchanted books, which you probably don't want to use with that because you're gonna like pretty much never use this again. So it could be potions, I guess. But again, probably something that's like you can make easily, like maybe wooden swords or something that's really easy to craft. So in building the bowling lane, you want to make sure that the bowling lanes are 5 blocks long. And you want to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks deep, and then put in your bowling pins right here. And you can do end rods, I think they look the best, but you could also do like fences or if you ever have a resource pack that has bowling pins, that would be pretty cool. But anyway, also you want to use slabs, and then underneath these put down packed ice, because that's the slippiest block in the game. And I know in real life bowling alleys are much longer, but that's the farthest distance that items would travel on the packed ice, which is the slippiest item in the game. Or it's actually blue ice would be better, I guess, but packed ice is much easier to get. And so if you want, you could make this a little bit longer, but for this design, we're using packed ice. And you also want to put down stairs to the sides for the gutters. And if the lane was a little bit longer, then the items couldn't reach the hoppers, and the items would just be stuck, which wouldn't be that good. And then also you want to come over here and place down some pressure plates right here, and that's going to be very important later on. And then what you do is you want to come over here, and you want to take out the slabs in front of each of these bowling pins. Except for that one, that one can stay. And then you want to take out the packed ice underneath each one, and then you want to go down here, and place a hopper right there, and then shift click for another hopper right there. And then you want to come back up to here, take that out, and put it back in, so that the hopper is facing down towards that one. And you want to do the same thing for all of them. Place these two down, just like so. And then come back here. Make sure the hoppers are facing into these ones. For this process, it might be better just to use a temporary block and then place the hopper on later. And maybe let's just leave this broken the way it is, because we're going to need it to be broken anyway. And while we're here, let's also place in our pistons. So take out this area so you have more room to build. And I'm just going to take this out just to give me some more room, because I don't need it right now. And I'll take this out too. You want to place your pistons 1 block below, because it's gonna have to retract down. So place your piston there, and then let's do one there, and one over there. Let's just move these down. You have to do this if you don't want to, but we'll just make it easier to see visually. And there we go. Then what you're going to want to do is going to go down here and place 2 hoppers right in front of these hoppers. And then you're actually going to want to break these and shift click these into these ones so that they're facing towards this way. There and there. And then you're going to want to go over here and place 2 blocks in front of each of these hoppers. And then you're going to want to place a comparator facing that way. If you can get in here. And then also place a repeater in front of that comparator. Like so. Then go over here, place another one. And lastly another. And I'm sorry I'm doing this to you again, but you are actually going to want to break these hoppers and then shift click them, clicking on the bottom part of these comparators. I'm not sure why it works like this, but you're gonna want to need to do that, because if you don't do that, then when the bowling balls, the items, come down here, they're not gonna stay in here. They're gonna just fall down and go into the system, and they're gonna come back through the. They're gonna come back through this thing way too early, and it's gonna break the entire system. So you definitely don't want to do that. Make sure that these hoppers are facing. It doesn't have to be facing towards this comparator. It can be facing. It can be facing any direction. You just need to make sure that it is not facing down. It has to be facing to the side. And just to be sure that it doesn't accidentally face into like another hopper or something, it's best just to face it towards this comparator so that it has nowhere else to go. Then what you're going to want to do next is you want to go over here, place a block in front of each of these repeaters, just like that. And then you want to place slabs underneath each of these blocks. And actually take that one out. Just like that. And then you're going to want to place a repeater on each of these. Just like that. Then another one here. And then you're going to place some sticky pistons right next to this. Oh, keep them on one tick. Okay. Then one there, there, there. Then blocks in front of those, blocks on top of these, just like this. And then you're going to put another repeater on top of both of these. This time, all of them set to 4 ticks, the highest delay. Just like that, facing this way. And over there. And then you're going to place some blocks over here with some, put this out, some redstone dust, like that. Come over here and do the same thing with some redstone dust. Then you're going to want to come to this block, place 3 blocks like this, 1, 2, 3. Then place 3 more blocks, 1, 2, 3, with 1 block like this. So it should look like a little hook or something. Then you're going to want to place some redstone dust on top of all of that. And then place a block on top of that. And then go 19 more blocks. That's 20 in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then you're going to come over here, place 2 redstone dust, 1 repeater, then 3 redstone dust, and then 1 repeater. Then come over here, and then place a block like this, with repeater facing that away, then redstone dust, and then 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a block right there, repeater facing this way, more redstone dust, and then 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then another block, some more redstone dust, and then another redstone dust right there. Then place a block in front of each of these blocks, and then place a sticky piston directly underneath them, facing down. if you can't tell, right now we're building the area that basically is the skill area, so that the faster you go, the better the chances you get of getting a strike. And then you can do this part, which you don't have to add redstone lamps here, but it's a really good visual if a friend of yours is like watching it as you play or something. So you don't have to add these redstone lamps here, but it's just really nice to see visually. Okay, and then after adding those blocks or redstone lamps and redstone dust on top, you are going to want to have a dropper facing that, with a hopper facing those droppers. Just like that. And then like that. Then go to this first dropper here, and you're gonna want to place, oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Place 6 non-stackable items, so it can be like, tools or enchanted books or armor or things like that. Boats work too, minecarts. And then place 3 non-stackable items. And they all have to be different so they don't stack into each other. Then place 2 stackable items in this one with 4 different non-stackable items. They have to be different, it's very important. And then go over here and just place 1 non-stackable item with 9 other stackable items that don't stack into each other. They all have to be different. Very important. And I have to take this too. There we go, just like that. Now we are going to be building directly underneath these pressure plates. And so that's right here. So you're going to want to come over here and place 5 blocks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That covers the entire area. And then place 1 more right here. And then do redstone dust on top of all of that. And then you're going to want to place a slab right there with the repeater facing that way. And then you're going to want to come over here, place a block right here, and then a repeater, then another block right here, and then a repeater right there. And have both of these on full tick delay. And then you're actually going to want to place a sticky piston right here underneath this block. I forgot about that. And then add a block right here. Make this repeater to full delay. And then you can see here that this line is connecting to this. We do not want that. So we're going to separate this like that. And then come over here, place 2 blocks, some redstone dust, and then some 2 more repeaters with full delay. Then come over here and add 6 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then add 2 comparators. 1 this way, 1 this way. And then some redstone dust right here. Then come over here. And then place 4 blocks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a repeater, some redstone dust, and then 2 more repeaters. And have these set to just 1 tick of delay. Don't touch them at all. And then come over here. Place a block right there with 2 redstone dust right there. And then place blocks all the way across over here, just like that. And do this all the way until the end of this sticky piston. And then you're going to want to come over here and place repeaters all the way over here. Have them all set on full delay, like this. But then for this last one right here, just have it set at 3 ticks, not 4. And then this one just right here. And then full delay for this one, like so. And then this one, just 3 ticks again, like that. And then you're going to come over here and place repeaters going into all of these, just like that. And then place some blocks in front of those, with some redstone dust, and have a block right there, and a block right there, and a repeater facing into that way. And do the same thing over here. Some blocks right here with some redstone dust, then a block right there, and there with a repeater facing that way. Now I think it's a good time to start working on the bowling pins. So I come over here and place a block directly underneath each of these, like so. Then underneath these corner ones, these end ones, place a target block underneath these pistons. And then place redstone torches on top of all of these, just like that. And now they should all be up. Perfect. And then you're going to want to come down here and place 4 more blocks like this. And then place redstone torches facing this way, just like this. So these should go down. And then place another 4 blocks like this, directly underneath those. Have more redstone torches on top of those. Then another one, like so. More torches, just like that. And then lastly, do one more. But this time, make these side ones have target blocks on them, just like that. And there we go. And if you do that, these ones should be back up. Now before things get too crowded, let's go and place the hoppers in. Let's place one there, one facing that way, then 1, 2, 3. And make sure this hopper right here is facing down into this one. And then do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's facing down. And place 1 into that one. And then 1, 2, 3. Face down. And another hopper right there. And then another one. Where's the hopper in this one? Oh, there it is. Right there. Okay. So now 1, 2, 3. Ah, whoops. There we go. And again, make sure this one is going down. And then one last one. 1, 2. Ah, 2, 3. All right there. And then this one has to be facing down. There we go. And this is going to be the hopper item collection system. And then we're going to want to connect all these hoppers up. So you're going to place a block right down there for now. And then just go in a straight line right over here, all the way across here. Then put a hopper right there to connect that one up. A hopper right there to put that one over here. And then one right there, just like that. Then come over here and place 5 template blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a dropper right there, just like that. And then you're going to want to break these blocks. And then shift click a hopper into there, facing that way, and then one there. And then go all the way over here until it goes over here, and then place another hopper right there. Then come over here and place 5 more droppers facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So it's 6 blocks in total. And then come down here, and then place 6 blocks here, with one there. Then place a comparator that way, and a repeater, and then some redstone dust right here, and then a target block right here, with a block, then, or redstone dust I mean, then a block, then, or I meant redstone torch, sorry, redstone dust. And then another redstone torch, another block, and another redstone torch right there. And then you're going to want to make sure that this comparator is on subtraction mode and turn this repeater onto full delay, so 4 ticks. Then you're going to want to come over here to a little ball area, whatever it's called here, the place you get the bowling balls back from. And then you're going to make sure that it is 4 blocks away from this stair. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it doesn't have to be exactly 4 blocks, because if you're building your own bowling alley, you might have built it already in a certain way. But I guess just to make things easier, this would be the easiest, just to follow these instructions, but you can change it, I guess, if you want to. But for this video, we're just going to do it 4 blocks away from this stair. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to want to go directly underneath this middle one. So let's just go over here. And, oh, as you can see, it already puts a dropper. So place a dropper right there. And then place another dropper right there. And if you want, you can put that wooden plank back. And then go down here and place 6 blocks right there. With comparator on subtraction mode, facing that way. And then repeater, this time set it just to 1 tick with a block. And then 4 things of redstone dust right there. So we're going to place 2 hoppers right here, 1, 2. Then place a whole line of hoppers all the way until we get lined up with this dropper elevator. And I think we're going to do a little bit too far. I think right here is good. And then place more hoppers all the way over here until we reach the dropper elevator right there. Now we're going to place a gutter, which is the area where the bowling balls go when they go to the side. So then go directly at the edge of this packed ice, and then place your hoppers like that until it goes directly underneath this stair. And then you're going to want to come and place a hopper right above that one, and then shift click some more hoppers into each other just like that, and then go around these pistons, and then place more hoppers all over there, just like that. Now let's come back over here, and then you're going to place some blocks right here. Let's do 4, and place a comparator on top of those, with 3 redstone dust on top of each of those, and then place a block there, with comparator, or actually a repeater, I mean, on either of those. And then do that for all of them, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, block there, comparator over here, and 3 redstone dust, and then 2 repeaters. And then for this one too, we do a block, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more blocks, 2 more repeaters, a comparator, and then some redstone dust. And then you're going to want to come over here and go to this repeater right here, this first one closest to this comparator. Place a block right there with 2 blocks right there, some redstone dust, and then from this one, including this block, go 10 blocks down. So that's 1 block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to place redstone dust on top of all of those blocks, just like that. And I think I didn't make this deep enough, this high enough, but anyway, place a block right there with a repeater, or actually, sorry, with a repeater, there we go. Then place a dropper right there with a hopper into it, and then place one stackable item as well as one non-stackable item. Then a comparator, just like that, with 2 lines of blocks and 2 redstone dust, with a block right there, and a repeater coming off of that. Then come over here and place 2 more blocks, 1, 2, with 1 right there, and add redstone dust right here, and connect it to this target block. So it should connect directly up to that 1 pin. Then come over here and place a block right there with a repeater, and then place 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 there, with redstone dust all over there, and another block with a repeater right there, and then with 4 more blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should connect up with this torch, and then place blocks all the way over there. Then come over here and place a block right there, then 1 right there, take out that block, add a repeater right there, just set a 1 delay, then 2 more blocks going down and diagonally, like this, 1, 2, and then add a dropper right there with a hopper, and then add 1 stackable item with 1 non-stackable item, and then put a block right over here with a comparator. Then come over here and add a little L shape right here, so just like that. And then add 2 redstone dust with 1 repeater, and then come up here and place 3 more blocks, 1, 2, 3, with a block right there. Put redstone dust on top of those with the redstone torch right here, and then place a block right there with a repeater on top of that block, and that block going into that repeater with a redstone torch next to that block. So it should connect up with this bowling pin. Then come over here and place blocks around these blocks, like so, with redstone dust around those. And then come down here and place 2 blocks right here, 1, 2, and then place a redstone repeater facing into that one with redstone dust, and then place a block down here, and then go down diagonally 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, then 4, so that's 4 in total, and then add a redstone torch right there to that block, and put redstone dust on top of those blocks. Then come over here to this repeater right here, and add 2 blocks, 1, 2, and then add a block right there, and then go down 8 blocks in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go down diagonally 2 more blocks this way. 1, 2. And then add redstone dust on top of all those blocks. Then come down here and make an L shape. So just like that, with 4 blocks. And put redstone dust on top of those blocks. Then add a block. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the repeater right there. Then 2 more redstone dust. And then another repeater with a block. And then a redstone torch on top of that block. Or next to that block. Then come over here and add 2 blocks right there. Going up diagonally. 1, 2. With redstone dust. And then add a little redstone torch tower. That's 3 blocks tall. Actually, yeah. So 1 block. second block, then the third block. And then add 3 blocks like this. 1, 2, 3. Then add 2 more blocks going up. 1, 2. And put redstone dust on top of all those blocks. Just like that. And then place a block over here with a repeater. And then place another block on top of that one. And go up until you reach the redstone torch. Just like that. And place 2 more redstone dust, pieces of redstone dust right there. Then come back over here and place a block with a repeater going to that one. And then place 2 more blocks. 1, 2. With the block going up. And then 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place redstone dust on top of all of those. Just like that. With 1 more block. And then have a repeater with a dropper going this way. And then a hopper into that one. And place 1 stackable item and 1 non-stackable item. And then go over here, place another comparator facing in this way. Then come over here and place 2 more blocks like this. And then 2 pieces of redstone dust. So it should connect up to this block, which goes over here and connects up to one of the bowling pins. Now let's come over here and do the next line. So go down, place a block right there, and then go down 10 more blocks. So actually 10 blocks in total, not 10 more, but 10 blocks in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And then add a repeater right there. And of course, redstone dust on top of all those, as you probably expected again. Just like that. Then add 3 more blocks here. 1, 2, 3. And then add a dropper facing this way with a hopper into that one. Then add redstone dust here. 1, 2, 3. And 1 on top of this dropper. And then into this dropper, you're going to want to place 2 non-stackable items with 4 stackable items. All have to be different. 1, 2, 3, 4. That works. And then go over here, place 2 blocks going down diagonally like this. 1, 2. Well, actually, first, place a comparator right there. And then place 2 blocks going down. Just like that. With some redstone dust on top of those blocks. Just like that. So then you're going to want to come over here and place 10 blocks going down diagonally. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then place redstone dust on top of all those blocks, as you probably expected. Just like that. And then go back down here, place 1 more block with a repeater. And then from this block, you're going to place 3 more blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3. Place a dropper right over there, facing this way with a hopper. Place redstone dust on top of these blocks, including this dropper. Oops. And then place 2 non-stackable items with 4 stackable items. They have to be different items. There we go, that works. And then place 2 blocks going down diagonally. Well, actually, first 2 blocks coming out, and then 2 going down. So, like that. Place a comparator. Then place 2 pieces of redstone dust, just like that. And then place a redstone torch. And then place a block right there, and then 5 more. So that's actually 4 more, so 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A block right there. Redstone dust on top of those blocks. And then a torch right there. So it should connect up with this line. Then come over here, place another block right here. And then place 4 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Place another one. redstone dust on top of all those blocks, just like that. And then a block right there with a redstone torch on top. Then come over here, place a redstone torch, and then go underneath and place a block right there. And then another one, so that's 2. And then place a block right there, a redstone torch, and then on top of that, go 1, 2, 3, until it connects up with this line. Then come over here and place 3 more blocks, 1, 2, 3, with 1 going down, with redstone dust on top of all of those, and then a torch right there, with a block over here, with some redstone right there, and then put a torch on top of that block, and then go out in these blocks until you reach right here. Then place a block right there, and put redstone dust on top of all those blocks, so it connects up into this torch, into that bowling pin. Then we're going to come over here and do the second one. And so this one, you're going to perfectly parallel this line. So come down here, place a repeater right there, and then go up by 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, oops. And then 2 more. And then place redstone on top of all of those. So it's exactly an exact copy of the one right next to it. Just like that. And then place a dropper right there with the hopper facing into that. And this time, do 1 non-stackable item with 3 stackable items that are different. There we go. Then place a block right there next to the hopper. Then place a comparator next to the hopper. 2 more blocks with redstone on top. And then place a block right there with repeater facing this way, going into this line. Now we're going to come over here and do the next line. So you're going to come down, do 1 block, and then come down 10 blocks in total again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With the redstone dust on top of all those blocks, as you expect. What else can you do? And then come back down here and add another block with, you guessed it, probably, maybe a repeater. And then add a block right there with a dropper going this way, and with redstone dust over here and on top of this dropper. And then place a hopper going to that dropper, and this time do 1 non-stackable item with 2 stackable items that are different. Then come over here and place a comparator going this way, and place 2 blocks with redstone dust, and then 1 here with a repeater going this way. And then come over here and then place a repeater right there, and then place 2 blocks like this, like 1, 2, and then go down 2 more, 1, 2, with redstone dust on top of those blocks, just like that. Then come over here and place a block right there with a repeater, and then put a block in front of that repeater, and then put 2 blocks here, 1, 2, with redstone dust, and then 2 more blocks going down this time, 1, 2, with redstone dust, just like that. Then come over here and place 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then place a block right there with a repeater, and then a block next to that repeater, and a block right there. And then go 3 blocks this way, then 1 more with repeater going that way. And then a block right there, and then redstone dust right there. Then come over here and place a dropper right there, just like that, with a hopper going to that dropper. And this time, do 1 stackable item, or actually one non-stackable item, I mean, with 2 stackable items, just like that. And then go down over here, place 2 blocks, a comparator like that, and then place 2 more blocks with 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then 1 repeater going this way. Then from here, place 6 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 right there with redstone dust on top of those blocks, so it should go right underneath this little hump right there. And then over here, place 2 blocks like this. 1, 2. Then place a dropper facing this way, and redstone dust right there, and a hopper going here. And this time, do just one stackable item and 1 non-stackable item. Then come over here, place a block right there with your comparator, as always. And then from here, do 2 more blocks of redstone. And then add a block there with a repeater. And then from here, go directly into this line, just like that. And then from here, you're going to want to go back over here to this block, place a block right there, oops, with redstone dust on top of that one, and then place another dropper right there with another hopper, and this time do 1 non-stackable item with 3 different stackable items, just like that. Then place a comparator going this way with 2 blocks and 2 pieces of redstone, and then 2 more blocks with repeater right there, and redstone dust on top of that block, so it should directly be on top of this torch right here that we placed down earlier. And then place a block right here with redstone torch next to that block. Then from here, we're going to go over here and place down 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 with redstone dust. And then from here, we're going to place up 2 more blocks. 1, 2, redstone dust on top of those blocks. And then place down a torch tower. So that's 1, another 1, 2, another 1, 3. Then from here, place 3 more blocks. 1, 2, 3 with redstone dust on top of those blocks. And then go up 2 blocks diagonally. 1, 2. So it should directly connect up to the starter block, and place more redstone on top of that one. And then place a redstone torch right here. And then from here, go down, place a block directly beneath that torch. And then place another block next to that one. And then place 1 more block right there. And then place more redstone on top of those blocks. So it should connect up to this line right here. Then you're going to want to come over here to this first line that we did. And then go from this block and count up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this block, go down and place a block right there, 2 blocks to be in fact. And place a repeater right there with the redstone dust right there. And then going a block down, and then place 2 more blocks right there with more redstone dust on top of those blocks. And then place a dropper right there going into that redstone dust with another hopper. And this time just do 1 non-stackable item with 1 stackable item. There we go. And then from there, go down and do the usual, place a comparator with 2 lines of redstone. And then, of course, a repeater with a block just like that. And then from here, place more blocks. Go 1, 2, 3, and then go down 2, 1, 2, and then place 2 more blocks right here to make a little L shape, and then more redstone dust. So it should connect up and go directly into this block with this redstone torch right there, just like that. Now let's come over here and do the very last line. So you're going to directly parallel this line right here again. Go down 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Just like that, and of course more redstone dust, as you probably guessed and maybe already did. Just like that. And then place another block right there with the repeater on top of that. And then from here, go down 3 blocks diagonally. 1, 2, 3, and then go sideways this way, another block. 1, and then add 4 blocks going straight this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, with redstone dust on top of all of those. Just like that. Then from here, add another block with repeater, and then a block going into that repeater, and then add 8 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with more redstone dust on top of that, and then another block with another repeater, and then add 3 more blocks going this way. 1, 2, 3, with more redstone dust, just like that. And then from here, place 2 more blocks. Go 1, 2, and place redstone dust on top of those blocks, and then another block going up with a redstone torch, and then a block on top of that with another redstone torch. So it should connect up directly into this block right here, going into this line, and then connecting again into these bowling pins. Then we are going to be coming back to this line that we first built, and then come over here to this area and place a block right underneath, right next to and under, below this block right there, next to this comparator, and then place a repeater right there with another dropper over here. Just shift clicking onto this side of this repeater, and then place a hopper right there. And then this time, do 1 stackable item with 2 non-stackable items. Just like that. And then from there, place a comparator right here. And then place 2 pieces of blocks right there with 2 redstone torches right here. Or, sorry, 2 pieces of redstone dust. And place a block right there so that those 2 don't connect up. And then from here, place a block right over here with a repeater, and then a block right here so it connects up to this area. Now come over here into this block and go 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks, and then place more redstone on top of those blocks. Place a block right there with the redstone torch on this side, and then a block on top of that one, the torch on top of that block. So it should directly connect up to this redstone line right there, going back into the bowling pins. Now it's time to start doing the area where the pit, where when you throw the ball into the bowling pin in front of you will always fall down. Let's start doing that now. So come over here, up here, and place blocks directly underneath these ones, right here, 5 of them. And then place redstone dust on top of all of those, just like that. And let's start with this middle one first. Let's put a sticky piston right here facing down with a redstone block, and then go down 2, or actually 3 blocks, and break those 2, and then place redstone dust right there with the torch, and then go over here, go down, place redstone dust with another torch. So it should connect up with this line right here. Oh, and did that break anything? It shouldn't, I don't think. No, we're good. Okay, and so I guess if you heard that sound, that means it works. Then come over here and place a torch right there onto this block, and then place a block right there next to this torch with redstone dust coming out of that torch, and then place another sticky piston going down with another redstone block. Then place a block right here with redstone dust on top of that block, and then place a redstone torch right there, going into this line, going back into the bowling pins. And then do the exact same thing for the other side. Torch right there. A block next to that torch with redstone. Sticky piston going directly down with a redstone block. And then a block right there. Oh boy. Don't fall down. With the redstone dust right there. And then a torch right there going into this line. Going back into the bowling pins. Now let's do the pistons on the left and the right side. So go over to this block and place a block like this one right there diagonally. And then place redstone dust on top of that one with a torch. And then place a block on top of this hopper right here with a repeater. And then place a block going into that repeater with the redstone torch right there going into this line. And then do the exact same thing on the other side, just mirrored. So again, go down one diagonally with the redstone dust, then a torch, and then place a block down right there with redstone dust, and then another block right there with a torch going this way, going into this line. So come over here where this button is at, and place the button one block behind this thing right there, and that's 2 blocks next to this stair. So go underneath that this button block directly, which should be, yes, this block right there, and then place a red block right there with redstone dust on top of that one, and then go down this one diagonally, and then place 2 more blocks, and then I actually forgot about something for this thing right here. Place a block, place a block right there with the redstone torch right there. There we go. Now this little elevator will work. If it didn't work before for you, that's why I just forgot to add that in. Sorry. And then place more redstone dust right here. And then to make sure that this line doesn't connect with this redstone torch, we're going to have to go down a block and then go back up. Just like that. And then go 2 more blocks this way. And then place a block right there. And then place repeater right there so it doesn't connect up to this line. And now go from here, go 4 blocks back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And place redstone dust on top of those blocks. 3, 4. Place a block right there to disconnect those 2 lines. And then place a block right here with a repeater on top of that one. And then another block right here with a torch. And then from here, go 1, 2, 3, torch, and then do a repeater right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, torch, and more redstone dust on top of those blocks. And this way, this thing resets the system so that the items come out of these hoppers, and so that you can do bowling again, play it over and over again. Now to fully have the system reset, we need to build a thing that takes out the bowling balls out of the system and resets the bowling pins. So let's come over here and place down 3 more blocks, 1, 2, 3, and this is the block that is right below the button. And then place a redstone dust, a repeater, set on full delay, and then another redstone dust, and then go down 3 more blocks diagonally. Go 1, 2, 3, with more redstone dust on top of those, and then a torch right next to this block. And then from here, go over to this side of this torch and place 3 blocks right here, 1, 2, 3, with 1 coming out in the middle, and then place redstone dust on top of those blocks like this, and then put some target blocks next to those. So go 1, and then 1 there, and then 1 there, and then do the same and put 2 more over here, like that, and one right there. And then place torches on top of these target blocks, just like that. And then I made a mistake here, and actually take out this redstone dust, replace it with just a repeater, so it doesn't get powered by this torch. We do not want that. Okay, and then come over here and place blocks on top of these torches, and then since you're in survival mode, most likely, you're gonna want to place a block right there for yourself. And oh, I guess maybe this wasn't the best way to do that, but anyway, just place torches. Come over here, maybe we just block up and place torches onto the side of this so that they are powering the hoppers. And this is what will take the items out of the hopper and bring them back to you so that they don't get stuck in there and that you can play bowling over and over again. Then you're going to want to come over here, probably just block up if you're in survival mode, which you probably are, and then put a block right there, and then come up here and put a repeater right there, going into this block, and then come over here and place a block over here with redstone dust on top of that one. There we go. And now all these torches should be turned off. And then you're going to want to come over here to this little area that we never finished, and I forgot about it, and you want to place down 2 blocks right here, and then take out these 2 because that is wrong. I made a mistake there. And then place down 2 more redstone dust and place a block right there so that this repeater can go down to this redstone, and then go down diagonally 1, and then another 1, and then go out over here and place redstone dust across that. And then from here, you're going to want to go over here and place down some more blocks. And then you want to see this little hole here that we made a while ago, and go down diagonally from it, like this, and then another block, and then another, and then you're going to want to connect these 2 up together, place down some more redstone dust, and then a repeater somewhere, just for good measure, and then place a block right there to connect it to that. And then there's also another thing I made a mistake on, is that one last thing, you're going to need to come over here to these redstone torches, and you're going to need to break this torch and put it over there, because we do not want this to be connecting with these hoppers at all. And then you're going to come over here to the other side too, do the same thing, take out this torch, and place it right there. Now that is it for the entire build, but there's one thing you still can add on to if you want to. It's this music part, and this happens when you get a strike. If you see, when I take this out, pretty cool, right? Now, if you want to add, I'm not going to show this build on camera because it's no blocks, it's such a tedious and probably a boring thing to watch. But right now I'm using, what text pack is this? It's the 3D no block displays. I'll put this text pack in the description if you want to check it out later on. But this way, I don't have to build this for you, you can just look at it visually. So all you do is you come back here to this block, and then you place a redstone torch underneath this one. And this is basically just a giant AND gate. And this only activates when every single pin is knocked down. And so this line is connected to every single pin. And so when this redstone line is off, it only happens when every pin is down, when you get a strike. And when that happens, this lowest tune will activate. And so what you do is you put a torch right there, and then put a redstone line connecting to that. And you don't have to make it like this, you can make it any way you want. But for me, I think the best sounds are clay, glowstone, and just piano, which you can use as for dirt in the bottom or just do air. And here's what they sound like individually. There's piano, and here's glowstone, which I think sounds the best. And then here's clay, which is also pretty good. And also, if you remember in the Wii game, the tune is basically played by flutes. I also like the way that piano and clay go together. But it sounds much bigger with all three of them. Yeah, so you can do that if you want. And so basically what you do is you build a redstone line off of that, and then you can build it directly going into milk blocks. One is at 19 clicks, the other's at 7, and you can put glowstone, clay, or whatever you want underneath it. It could be emeralds or 8-bit sounds, whatever you want. And then you do 2 ticks on that, so that's just one right click. And then you do 21, and then 9 clicks, and then another 2 ticks on that redstone repeater. And then you do 22 right clicks, 22 clicks, and then 18 clicks. And then you do a full tick delay. And I'm not sure why I used a redstone line here. I think it helped a little bit. I'm not sure. And then you do 21 clicks, and then 9 clicks. And then you do a full delay, and then 19 clicks, and 7 clicks, and then just 3 right clicks, 3 clicks, so that's 3 ticks, and then 17 right clicks, and then 5, and then do a full delay repeater with 1, and then you do, turn it off, 24 right clicks with 12. And that just does the tune in octaves. And so if you have 3 of these sounds playing together at once, it becomes very big. But depending on how laggy your server is or whatever, you can do it however you want. And lastly, I want to say that if you think this game is maybe you get too unlucky sometimes, or you want it to be a little bit different, you can customize this game completely. All you need to do is go into these droppers, and you can place down more unstackable items to increase your chances of getting more pins knocked down. Or you can also take out the stackable items too, and take them out and increase your chances even more. So this game is completely customizable in that way, which is pretty cool. And also, you can also customize it from up here too. So if you think that you want to have more chances, you can again take out some of these, replace in with more unstackable items, and you can do the same thing with these. The more unstackable items, the better chances you get for getting your more pins knocked down, and you can do the same thing over here. And also, I want to say that if you're building this on a server, there might be some server lag. So that means that you might need to adjust the timing of these repeaters a little bit. And so you can make these, maybe make these repeaters 3 ticks each instead of 4, or you might need to mess with it depending on how laggy your server is. And so, because if your server is laggy, then that means this might be too slow, which means that you might always get this, even if you're slow, or maybe you might the bowling pin might go down into the hotbus before it even gets here, so you get nothing. So yeah, you want to be sure that the timing is correct if you're building this on a server. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun time building this project. It was really hard at first and really challenging, but I think it came out really good. And it's a really fun game. Really, it's not just involved with randomness. It's not just randomness that wins the game, but there's a bit of skill. Now you have to go fast enough for it to get a strike, which I think is a lot of fun. And so you can play with your friends, you can get a book and quill and maybe keep your score together, track your score. And yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it, build on a server, or do whatever you want with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.